If you have friends and family that aren't able to make it, make sure to point them to our live stream. We are streaming on our Facebook page, River City Speedway, as well as YouTube and Twitch. Look up TJM Productions, TJAM Productions. And while we will be streaming the heat races and trophy dashes, the main events will be posted on our Facebook on the following Wednesday. So if you want to see the heat or the main events in real time, make sure to get down to River City Speedway, else you'll have to wait a couple days. Our next race will be in June. We're taking next week off, but June is going to be a huge night for us, or a huge month. June 7th, we'll have 4-cylinders, tuners, pure stocks with an increased purse, street stocks, sportsman modifieds, and Northwest Dwarf cars. And on the 14th is going to be one of our biggest nights of the year. We will have the Sportsman versus Limited Late Model Challenge in memory of Sam Britton. That's huge thanks to Perfection Automotive for that. As well as 4-cylinders, our Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders, our tuners, our Family Fun RV Street Stocks, our East Fork Racing Sportsman, our Poorhouse Tavern Modifieds, and Wingless Sprint Series is going to make a stop here, June 14th. We'll take another week off, and then June 28th, another race weekend. We'll have the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders, the tuners, the Perfection Automotive Pure Stocks, the East Fork Racing Sportsman, and our Poorhouse Tavern Modifieds, as well as the Iron Giant Series, Iron Giant Street Stock Series. We have a lot coming up. Huge nights of racing. June is going to be one of our biggest months, as well as August and October, I believe, are going to be the heavy hitter months. Make sure to check out our schedule. It's posted on all of our socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And we're just finalizing our lineups, getting cars over to staging and ready to go. Heat races will be coming up in just a minute. And tonight is Armed Forces Night. If you have a friend that is in the Armed Forces or was in the Armed Forces, invite them here. Armed Forces members or veterans get in free with their ID. And tomorrow, of course, Ladies' Night, First 50 women 18 and over get in free, half off for the remainder. So if you need somewhere to be tomorrow, make sure to stop in here. Bring your girlfriends, bring your wives, your sisters, your cousins. And first 50 women free. The rest of them will be half price. And while we have a second, make sure to stop by Trackside Treats Concession. We got a huge menu on there this year. Brand new equipment. And it is a warm one. Make sure to stay hydrated. Grab some water, grab some Gatorade, mostly water. Make sure to stay hydrated, stay cool as you can. It's a great time to stop by the merch booth or the candy shack. Pick up a shirt, pick up a sweater, grab a hat, grab some earplugs while you're there. If you don't already have hearing protection, especially for the little ears, make sure to grab something. By the way, you can see him all the way in the infield. Tom Egan over there taking photos. Make sure to check out his website, tomeganphoto.com. It's also on those other socials. Look him up on Facebook and Instagram. He also has an Etsy shop, sells a bunch of cool things, sells the pictures too that he creates, as well as posts some highlights and statistics on his Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to follow along with him. And if you get the chance to chat with him, he's a great chatter. Great fellow to have a conversation with. If you're posting online about the racetrack, make sure to tag us or use hashtag River City Speedway. We might repost. I have a couple of the drivers already doing that. You'll see them reposted on our TikToks. Again, we are active on our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, River City Speedway. You can see the water truck out there putting a little bit of water up at the top, making sure there's a good patch of moisture up there to pack in. But the way clay tracks are, you want them to have a little bit of moisture and make sure, one, keep the dust down, but two, if it's just the right amount of softness, it makes a really grippy track, which a lot of the drivers tend to favor, and it usually makes it a little faster too. And with the grippy track, you tend to see a couple of the cars end up pulling that left front wheel off the ground due to how much it's gripping up. Mostly Sportsman modified and some of the Monte Carlo metric style cars will end up lifting the left front up. We got Bad Bob Berg out here again. Do some hot laps. We're trying to get whatever gremlins are in that car all worked out. Wonder if it's some electrical issues. I know Neons have had problems with that. I'm just curious, since it is Armed Forces Night, I want to know, can we all have our any Armed Forces member, whether you're current or previous, please stand up. Whether that was Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, or any of our first responders, police officers, sheriffs. And as you stand, thank you very much for your guys' service to our country. I hope you guys are having a great time tonight. We're about to get our stuff started. We got the okay. About to send cars up. And if you have friends that are in the armed forces, make sure to tell them to come in here. They get in free with their ID. It's our version of a veterans discount. Got our Perfection Automotive Pure Stocks about to hit the track. The 11-0 car is Gage Levno's 61 Red Smith, 23 Chad Kuipers, and the 117 Mason Keeley.
All right, absent from the field, the number 57 of Tom Zawicki. Tom having engine problems, specifically in the valve train. So hope to see Tom to start the main event here tonight, but not making it out here for the first Perfection Automotive Pure Stock Heat Race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, about ready to go racing here. Green flag.
And we are racing for the first time tonight. Red Smith is going to walk up to take the lead from Levno, or from the side-by-side battle with Levno. Red Smith, always one of the top drivers in this division.
All right, the driver out of Gresham, Oregon, Red Smith, is your race leader right now. 2 laps complete of the 8 for the scheduled laps for the heat races. 8 laps tonight. Red Smith, your race leader.
He's doing a tight job of holding on to that lead. As we're just approaching our halfway mark. And 5 laps down. We're just past the 62.5% mark. 6 down now, 2 to go. Count them all to Red Smith. Had him from the second turn. And there's the white flag last time around the track. Red Smith able to walk away from the rest of the field. Got about a straightaway lead as we come to checkered flag is in here. Checkered flag is in the air. Red Smith's going to be your heat race winner for the Perfection Automotive's Pure Stocks.
All right, Red Smith, the heat race winner, and the Reds Water Heater Service, Dr. Chris Holenstein Roofing and Remodel car. Red Smith, your heat race winner for the Perfection Automotive Pure Stocks.
Sounds like we got debris in turn number 3. Is that a muffler or something?
It's
exhaust?
There we are. Somebody. And they're going to pick it up right now. Thanks to Perfection Automotive, Mike and Pam Graham. They're in the house tonight. Pam in the modified, in our Poorhouse Modifieds tonight. And Mike likes to downplay this, but he did have a birthday the other day. He's 29 years old.
Wow, 29.
29, yeah. Mike's 29.
I definitely believe that.
I do too.
Then again, I have a cousin who's been 35 for at least 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm. It's the old math problem. All right, so up next, I believe we'll have I believe it's Tuners coming up. Tuners will be next. As Speedway Fire and Rescue has taken care of the debris on the backstretch. Evidently it was hot. They had to get a glove. Somebody's exhaust pieces laying on the ground.
Not a good thing to left. I wonder if someone tried to cut off the catalytic converter and just left the job half done.
Okay, enough of that. All right, here we go with our tuner division. Jason Scheibel sitting inside the front row, car number 24 to the outside, the number 12 of Dan McDonald.
51C is going to start inside second row. That is Chico McFly Brinster. The 77 is Casey Lee. The 77L.
41 car, Austin Bodwin, and Jacob Hilsinger in car number 18. That is the field for today's tuner heat race.
And lights are out green this time by. And there's the green flag. We are underway.
8 laps, the distance for these tuners. Scheibel holding the low line with McDonald challenging on the outside. Chico Brinster running third. Casey Lee holding on to fourth.
Side by side, 24 and 12. Gabori built car versus Wagner built car. Toyota versus Nissan.
And it's a good side-by-side racing. Chico Brinster taking a peek to the inside, trying to join up with the top two.
Another Nissan trying to join the fight. He is the 2024 Tuner champion. Dominant, won 10 out of 12 Tuner races.
4 laps are down, 4 to go in the Tuner heat race.
Tuners are only non-sponsored class. If you're interested in sponsoring one of our divisions, Tuners are open for sponsorship. Still side by side, 12 and 24.
Oh, McDonald throwing it in hard to going into one. He's going to run out of racing room as Scheibel went up the racetrack. They are still side by side. Chico Brinster right there. Casey Lee fourth. Jacob Hilsinger looking to the inside of Lee for that fourth position. He'll sit back in fifth. Good heat race action here in the Tuners.
White flag in hand, white flag in the air for Dan McDonald as he takes over the full lead. Scheibold walks up inside, letting Chico Brinster go below.
Chico making a move down on the low side of the racetrack as Scheibel drifted up there in corner number 2. Off of 4 to the checkers. Heat race win to number 12, Dan McDonald from Longview.
Dan McDonald sponsored by Economy Auto Parts and Dick Gabori. Next up, East Fork Racing Sportsman. We have the number 7A of Austin Fox, the 81, Ray Elwes.
In row number 2, I believe it tonight it is Stephen Capter, car number 90. And in the 22, that's David Weaver. Asher Fox driving car number 7, the black one in the back there with the red. And that is Papa Don West in car number 1, East Fork Racing Sportsman for their 8-lap heat race.
Don's been behind that modified wheel, I think 2 or 3 times that specific Sportsman.
All right, 1 lap to go, and the 2-time Trophy Dash winner, Austin Fox, is on the pole, and Ray Ellis, who's won both of the East Fork Racing Sportsman main events, starts on the outside. So the 2 fastest cars up front here in our qualifying setup here, and green flag.
Oh, 7 slides way up. 81 had to get on the brakes.
Whoop.
They swapped spots between inside and outside. Austin Fox holding on to that lead and starting to walk away. We'll see what happens in the next 7 laps as we are 1 lap down.
Austin Fox, your race leader. He'll put 2 laps in the books. Ray Elvis second. David Weaver running third right now. Racetrack starting to dry up a little bit now. We got 1 around. It's Papa Don, and Asher Fox will save. Papa Don continues on. Good job by the 1 sportsman of Papa Don West. Big lead for Austin Fox in the 7 car.
Papa Don West, one of the founders of River City Speedway.
Challenge on for the 3rd spot as Capter moves to the inside of the 22 of David Weaver for that 3rd spot. Good racing right there. Meanwhile, up front, Austin Fox, Ray Elvis. Weaver holding 3rd right now.
White flag now in the air for Austin Fox in that 7A car. Holding on to the lead, had it since turn 2, and is keeping it.
Oh, the 22 goes around over in corner number 2.
Doesn't matter, checkered flag is out. This race is over. Count it 2. Austin Fox in the number 7A. Followed by Ray Ellis, Stephen Capter, Don West. West is lap down. Asher Fox. And it looks like Weaver having troubles getting it started. Starting one of those on a hill is not very easy.
All right, solid heat race win there for Austin Fox in the 7A.
Since you would know, did that 22 have one of those reverse clutches? Yeah, those reverse clutches kind of freak me out.
All right, so up next, it is the 4 cylinders. Of course, that class sponsored by Pro Auto and Diesel. Pro Auto and Diesel, 4 cylinders. First one to the racetrack is the 41 of Austin Bodwin. To the outside, the 18. That's Joey Elwes in the 18 on the outside. Ryan Potter in the 10P. The 02 is Christina Larson. The 74, Brandon Epping. And the G59 is Riley Kelsey. Green flag for the Pro Auto and Diesel 4 cylinders. Whoa, a serious push, and cars are sliding all over the place. We will stay green.
Well, our top 3 are still all right together.
I love it. The Bodwin's wheels are pinned left, but it's going straight. That's called understeer or push.
Called pushing.
And that's going to open the door for the 18 of Joey Elwes. Now the caution flag is out. We do have the yellow flag on the Speedway.
02, looks like the window net came down. I'm going to throw the yellow. We are not comfortable with someone having their window net down. That is up for safety. And we take safety very seriously here at River City Speedway. Because when safety gets ignored, that's how treks get shut down.
I was going to add an editorial comment there, but I will this time learn to keep my mouth shut. All right. Okay, so here is the lineup for our Pro Auto and Diesel 4 cylinders. That is Austin Bodwin in car number 41. And Joey Elwes, Ryan Potter will jump up alongside of Joey Elwes for our Rainier Sound Authority restart. Rainier Sound Authority right under the bridge in Rainier, sponsoring all the restarts this year here at River City Speedway.
Our first, I believe that's our first Rainier Sound Authority restart. Already 3-4 heat races in. We're in our first California restart too. Puts the leader out front on their own. Second place chooses high or low. Third place does opposite. Meanwhile, leader starts in the back, in the box. Green flag out. We are go.
All right, Bodwin, your race leader. Now, Potter taking advantage of the track position he gained on the Rainier Sound Authority restart. But Aaron, Mr. Elwes down on the low side, car number 18, holding on to that second spot by just half a car length.
Yeah, 41 car pushing like crazy.
And he still keeps his foot in it. I love it. Just turn it. Make it go. It's either going to do it or it's not. And it's doing it.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It doesn't get all loose or anything after he picks it back up, after it goes straight. All right, so up front by 2 car lengths is Austin Bodwin.
Joey Elwes holding on to second. He was battling. 74 of Epping pulls to the infield. There might be a mechanical problem with that car. As I was saying, 18, Joey Elwes looks like he might be gaining, but he was side by side battling, bumper to bumper, battling for the main event win last time we were out. White flag is out. We'll see what he has in store, see if he can get past Austin Bodwin.
Joey trying a little bit of line, going to get the run off the corner. He's side by side. He got a fender on him. Here we go to the checkers.
Oh, careful. We got contact. 02 and G59 got together as G59 got loose. But either way, 41 is your race winner, Austin Bodwin, followed by the 18 of Joey Elwes. Austin Bodwin in that Redneck Race Club sponsored car.
A good heat race there for the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders. We got a great field of modifies. The Poorhouse mods are going to be coming up here a little bit later, but a really good field of mods here tonight on Armed Forces Night here. Thank you to all the veterans in the house here tonight. We appreciate your service. And looks like Epping is trying to get the 74 off of the racetrack. Now it's rolling okay. Seems to be moving along.
I believe we have more Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders out here.
Right, tonight's 50-50 raffle, the St. Helens, I believe, high school band is running that 50-50. So if you see them in the stands, go ahead and support the 50-50 raffle here at River City Speedway on Armed Forces Night. First of 2 nights here, back in action tomorrow night, starting at what time, Thunder?
Starting at 5 o'clock. We're going
5
an
o'clock.
hour early.
5 o'clock. And
we go 1, 2 goes, sign on the track. Your lineup: the 22, Steve Entler; the 19 of Sam Simmet; the 3, Sandy Simmet; the 15 of Kirsten Nothwing; and the 24 of Ruby Richmond.
All right. These 5 cars for 8 laps in our second Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinder heat race.
Green flag is in the air, and we are underway. Front row is 2023 champion versus 2024 champion.
A little side-by-side action going into 3 in the apex and off of 4. Race leader becomes the 22, Mr. Steve Entler. He's got a little bit of a push going on as we've rubbered up and dried up a little bit in corners 1 and 2. Seems to have a little bit more good off of 3 and 4. '19 of Sam Simmet from Vancouver running second, and Sandy Simmet is third. All right, your race leader now coming up on the rookie of Kirsten Northwing.
Yep, Kirsten, this is her first season.
And did a great job there moving up the racetrack and let the leaders shuffle on by.
Got a little close to the wall, but, you know, plenty of room for the leaders to go. As long as there's no contact, we are good. I used to hug the bottom when the leaders were coming by. Anyway, Steve Entler about to receive the white flag. One more lapper on the track. Entler showing why he was the 2023 track champion. Took most of 2024 off.
All right, here come the checkers. And it's flying for the number 22 of Steve Entler. And the Landis Brothers Racing sponsored machine. Finishing up the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinder heat races. I believe next on the schedule, the docket here will be the Family Fun RV Street Stocks.
Fun fact, Steve Entler is a cab driver.
He's a cab driver?
He's a cab driver. I want to ride in his cab.
It's like, is he the cash cab? If he's the cash cab, I'll do it. Where does he drive a cab?
I think it's radio cab.
Radio. Okay. All right.
I'm curious. I got to fact check myself.
You're going to. That's awesome.
Radio cab, yep.
Okay.
Landis Brothers Racing, radio cab, Northside Ford truck. Either way, Family Fun RV Street Stocks on track right now. Number 9 is Brad Corpala, 35. is part 2 of the spousal duo. The 35, Lynette Phillips. The 13K is Terry King. The 11-0 is Gage Levno. 10E is Chris Beard. 77 should be Pete Kelly. 23 is Chad Kuipers. And 10L is Scott Wells. Got a full 8-car heat race for you. 8 cars, 8 laps.
All right, when to go at start finish. Good field of Family Fun RV street stocks here tonight.
Family Fun RV just down the road, right on Highway 30.
Slow pace here. It's green.
Well, it looks like he was trying to go to the outside on that start. Did not work for him.
Lynette with some forward drive there, putting the fender on the 9 car. Going to try to power down on the inside.
Brad holding on to that outside.
A little bit of a push there and loose off for the 35 of Lynette Phillips. That'll bring Terry King into the fray in car number 13. Kuiper is around off of 2. Not moving, yellow flag, yellow is out. Talked to Terry King earlier today in that car number 13. He was a busy boy. Do front springs, put it on, I just changed my motor. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he had problems in the Sportsman, East Fork Racing Sportsman main last time we were out.
But he's a resourceful fellow, Mr. King, and he is back with us in the Family Fun RV Street Stocks, who will line up outside Lynette Phillips in this Rainier Sound Authority restart. Brad Corpella will be up front. Gage Levno in the 110. Inside of the second double row to the outside of the second double row, that is Scott Wells in the 10L.
The 10E car is Chris Beard. 77 is the car of Pete Kelly. And the 23, Chad Kuipers.
All right, our starter looks him over. Green flag in the air in this Rainier Sound Authority restart. Brad Corpella, your race leader. Terry King now with the challenge of Lynette Phillips on the outside of the racetrack. King with some good traction and horsepower. He'll slide it into number 1, and they'll make a little bit of contact. Scotty Wells up the racetrack. Levno trying to dive inside. Oh, we got a couple cars around and making contact with the Uke tire. That was Beard and Kuipers, but they're continuing to go.
35 and 13K side by side for second place. 35 holding on to it. 13K on the outside. Looks like Corpella gets a little bit loose. That'll block up 13K. We're nearly 3 wide for first place.
Corpella may be going up the racetrack to search for a little bit of traction up there, but that ain't working right now as Terry King and Lynette Phillips are still right there. Corpella, race leader, 5 down, 3 to go. Again, a spin by Kuipers on the backstretch. The yellow is out.
And I'm not sure if that lead change will count. I didn't see where it happened, but we do go back to the last completed lap. So that should give Lynette Phillips her spot back of second. All right, 13K is trying to search up high, seeing if he can follow Brad Corpello.
Hey, for all your audio and needs for its Rainier Sound Authority, I'll spit this out here. Auto, motorcycle, trucks, boats, side-by-side, semi-trucks, RVs. If it needs sound, it's Rainier Sound Authority. They have it underneath the bridge in Rainier on Rockcrest.
From what I've heard, being under the bridge is not as bad as it sounds.
No, it's a good bridge. We need that bridge. A lot of commerce. All right, so Kuipers with the 2 spins is now black flag from the heat. So it's Corpella, Phillips, King, Wells, Lepno, and Pete Kelly, car number 77. The 10E also off the racetrack.
And there's a green flag back out. We are underway again. Brad Corpel holding on to the lead, showing off why he's the 2023 and 2024 track champion for the Family Fun RV Street Stocks. Meanwhile, Terry King holding on to that outside line. That's second place now to Terry King.
It's a good battle. King will now set his sights on race leader Brad Corpella.
King has been running in the Sportsman as well. He's got more track time this season so far, I believe, than Brad Corpella. Brad ran Sportsman last year, but has decided to focus all his time on Family Fun RV Street Stocks, and white flag is out. Brad Corpella, your leader.
All right.
Second place was a toss-up till Lynette Phillips got loose right there. Checkered flag is out. Your race winner, number 9, Brad Corpella. And that Ross Diesel and Auto Family Fun RV Street Stock.
All right, good heat race there.
Next up, we have Poorhouse Modifieds on the track. At 6M's, Vancouver native, Vancouver, Washington, Matt Jenner. Outside of him, his dad, 6X, Don Jenner.
Inside of row number 2, the 51W, that is Ryan White. On the outside will be the 2G of Cody Greer in the 2G.
That number 12X is Pamela Graham. The 21 car, Jake Carpenter, brand new car to him. Was running a sports mod, now a full IMCA mod. And rounding out the field, number 81, Eddie Florence.
All right, 1 to go till we go for 8 green flag laps here in the Poorhouse Modifieds. Thanks to the Poorhouse right here in St. Helens for their support of River City Speedway and the Modified Division. And green flags in the air. Jenner and Jenner side by side going into 1 and 2. Off of corner number 2, Donnie Jenner hooking up on the outside. Matt Jenner right there. Ryan White running 3rd. Cody Greer 4th.
Matt Jenner did have the first season main event win in the modified division. Though Don Jenner did have problems that time. Don Jenner, years of experience behind the modified, and at this track, he was the 2021 track champion. Dominated both this and the sportsman division at the time. Right now, he's focusing all his energy on modifieds, and you can see it paying off.
All right, it is John Jenner up front. Matt Jenner now trying to close it up off of corner number 2. Still no change in the running order here. Now Matt Jenner with a peek to the inside off of corner number 4. They're side by side down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Matt Jenner on the low side's got some drive off of the corner, and he will shuffle on into the top spot. Running that low line, making it work. Picking up that left front is Matt Jenner in the 6M. Got some great forward drive. There's now 3 car lengths over the 6 of Don Jenner. Still no change in the running order here right now. That's their first of 2 Poorhouse Modified heat races. Looks like this one's going to go flag to flag.
White flag out one more time around the track. Matt Jenner.
Ryan White doing a really good job hustling up with Don Jenner there. Ryan White in that 51 holds down third spot, not letting them get too far away. Heat race win 2. Matt Jenner, Don Jenner second, and Ryan White third. Cody Greer fourth.
Jake Carpenter will take 5th. Pamela Graham 6th, and 7th will be Addie Florence. Yeah, Matt Jenner in charge of both Jenner car setups. I wonder if he gave himself just a little bit better of a setup than his dad.
Oh, man. You opened up a can of worms there, man. Dad, I thought I had it the same. All right, so
older, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to go with our second Poorhouse Modified heat race starting on the pole. It looks like that is the 7B of Austin. Oh no, that the 7B tonight, that is Bryson Smith. He's driving that 7. Kenny Miller in the MS Warrior car number 57. He'll be outside. There's Austin Fox in Black Betty car number 7A on the inside to the outside of row number 2, the 14 of Jesse Diaz from Banks in his Duncan Automotive machine. The 17 car, 17/15, is Clyde White from Longview. He just put some different doors on it. He got those doors from Cody Erskine. All right, and the final starter in the second Poorhouse Modified heat race is the Courage Graphics GRT of Stephen Kapter from right here in St. Helens, and we are green flag racing.
Side by side, Bryson Smith and Kenny Miller. Smith, usually a dwarf car driver, had to hop up into a V8, showing that he can hang with the best. Miller, previous track champion at other tracks.
All right, Kenny Miller, your race leader, putting 2 in the books. However, Mr. Smith in that number 7, that Shaw race car, he's up the racetrack, going to lose some track position there. Moving up right now, car number 90 of Stephen Kapter. He is up to 4th.
Starting the back, already taking 2 positions. One from a previous Trophy Dash winner. Actually, I think both of them have a win of some sort this season. 7B way high, scrubbing speed off. Austin Fox now able to close in a little bit on Bryson Smith, 7A and 7B respectively.
Kenny Miller will come by and put 5 laps down of the 8 that compromise the Poorhouse Modified heat race. Bryson Smith still second, trying to make up some ground. Austin Fox, Stephen Kapter, Clyde White, your top 5. Jesse Diaz right there in the 6th spot. White flag at start finish for Kenny Miller out of Amboy, Washington. He'll take the white flag. I think this is Kenny's kind of racetrack right here. Off of corner number 4 to the checkers, and the win for Kenny Miller from Amboy in his Rage chassis machine. Second spot was the 7B of Bryson Smith, Austin Fox in the 7A, and Stephen Kapter finishing 4th.
And we have made it to the Trophy Dash segment of our night.
All right, before we get on to our trophy dashes here tonight at River City Speedway, I'd like to thank all you race fans for coming out tonight. Please do your best to support all the sponsors that you see here at River City Speedway. Meh, hello. Okay, regroup. It's River City Speedway. And please patronize the sponsors on the race cars. If you go to somewhere where they're in business and you saw it on a race car or here, please tell the proprietor that you saw it at River City Speedway. That is easy for me to say, not. Now it's time for music. Musica. Are you, if I play music, you gonna dance? Oh. Let me see what I can do. Okay, we're going to get the lineup set up for our trophy dashes here tonight. All right, looks like we're getting the trophy dash gridded up here. Good chance to get on down to the snack bar. Trackside Treats providing the food here at River City Speedway. All right, cars are getting fired up. Get them out here on the racetrack for our trophy dashes. Trophy dash lineups are set off of the qualifying that they did earlier here this evening, I think.
By the way, we will have a 3-car dash considering 117 is having engine problems and is going to bypass the dash. We have the 57 who is having engine problems. So we will have a 3-car dash. Should have a 4-car feature.
All right, these are some shakedown laps for the 7 modified of Sean Fox. They were working on a carburetor during or earlier this afternoon. I'm going to want to make sure that the car is up to snuff. So far, so good for Sean Fox from Rainier. Way up there on the high side of the racetrack. He might have just figured something out up there. I don't know. What do you think, folks? It looks pretty good to me. And
Don't blow your engine.
That's how slick it is right there. It's going to test some driving skill. That's rubbered up a little, dried up a little. That's the great thing about dirt tracking. You get the element of surprise.
Yep, no 2 laps are alike.
No.
Kind of like how you can never step foot in the same exact river.
Okay. Aren't they just water?
Well, it's water that's constantly moving.
All right, so it is pure stock Heat Race Perfection Automotive, thanks to Mike and Pam Graham of Perfection Automotive in Portland for sponsoring the Pure Stock division here at River City Speedway. The Gage Levno is the 1-1-0. The Kuipers machine, the 23 car, Jay Kuipers is the outside, and Red Smith in car number 61 will start shotgun. This is the first trophy dash of the evening, the Perfection Automotive Pure Stocks.
Levno holding on right now. He's got half a lap down, still 3.5 to go. Red Smith right at the back bumper now as Kuipers falls back a little bit. Kuipers way out on the outside. Either way, Levno has a challenge from the inside, being Red Smith. Red Smith's going to take over lead on the backstretch, lap and a half in.
All right, 2 down, 2 to go for Gresham Morgan's Red Smith and the Reds Water Heater Service. Car number 61. Going to be staring at the white flag right here. Here we go. 3 complete, 1 to go, Red Smith.
Double checkers in hand, double checkers in the air. Your trophy dash winner, the number 61, Red Smith.
That was a little spinorama off the corner there for Chad Kuipers. Good for him. He's out here getting a lot of laps in that 23 car. All right, up with the Tuners next. The Tuners for their 4-lap trophy dash.
At 41 car is Austin Bodwin. 18, Jacob Hilsinger. The 77L is Casey Lee. And the 51C, Chico Brinster.
All right, I predict that this will be a very, very, very close and good, exciting heat race for the Tuners. Green flag. They're going to go 3 wide for a moment there. Hilsinger up the racetrack. Chico Brinster moving along to the inside of the 77 of Casey Lee. Meanwhile, up front, all alone, Austin Bodwin in the number 41.
I wonder if Hilsinger went to the outside knowing who was right with him. Brinster does rarely hold back. Right now he's got 2 more laps left to try and take the lead and the Trophy Dash win from Austin Bodwin. He's got him side by side. Bodwin's going to give him the room. Door to door, almost making contact. White flag, or making contact. White flag in the air. Brinster gets by. Double checkers are in the air. Your Tuner Trophy Dash winner, number 51C, Chico Brinster.
All right, the handling a little bit south for Austin Bodwin, moved up the racetrack, and that's all that Chico Brinster needed, taking advantage of the opportunity to win the Tuner Trophy Dash.
Next up, we have our Family Fun RV Street Stock Trophy Dash.
There it is, more laps for the 23.
Pepsi
Chad
time is
Kuipers.
everything. And joining him, the 10E, Chris Beard. It looks like, I know some of the rest of the field have mechanical issues. Looks like this might be our Trophy Dash. One to go, the sign on the track, Pure Stock versus Street Stock. All right, now we are one to go. Had a lot of radio noise for a second, so we held it. Green flag is out. We are go. Chris Beard versus Chad Kuipers. Street Stock versus Pure Stock. Looks like Kuipers holding on to the lead so far.
2 down, 2 to go here. Nice and steady on the low side of the racetrack. Just as soon as I say that, he drives up to the middle and gets all loose and goes around and hands it away.
Keeps it going, though.
All right, white flag set at start finish for the 10E of Chris Beard.
And one more set of turns as the double checkers are in the hands of our flagger, Sean Etheridge. Checkers are in the air. 10E to the line. Chris Beard will take your Family Fun RV Street Stock Trophy Dash win. Looks like someone might need a push in the pits. Someone or two someones. We got our safety crew swinging on back. We're going to have our sportsman up next. Line up the number 1 of Papa Don West, the number 7, Asher Fox, the 90, Stephen Capter, the 22, David Weaver.
All right, the Eastport Racing Sportsmen for their trophy dash here tonight. That is a young rookie and an old veteran on the front row. Asher Fox controls the pace, and green flag is out. Papa Don trying for the lead on the high side. Captor going to dive down to the inside of the racetrack, going for the race lead. 2 cars get together there, tearing up the front end of the 7 car of Asher Fox, but he soldiers on.
David Weaver looks like he's holding back, might not want to get into the mix of this hefty battle. Now Captor is looking on the inside of West. West looks like he was trying to go down and block him, not able to make it work. As the white flag is out, Stephen Captor takes on the lead.
Oh, mama, almost loses it. West right there.
Checkers are in hand. Checkers are in the air. 90 to the line. Stephen Captor will take home your Trophy Dash win.
All right, Papa Don West finishing second, and Asher Fox third. And and the 7 car of Asher Fox is slowed and is stopped up in the apex of 3 and 4. That'll bring Speedway Fire and Rescue over and give them a push.
Our safety crew is the coolest name. You don't get much cooler than Speedway Fire and Rescue.
Yeah, they're going to see what the deal is with the 7 car of Asher Fox in the E4 Racing Sportsman Division. Unfortunately, it looks like he needs the hook to get it back to the pit area. Up next, I believe it will be the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders. Thank you very much to Pro Auto and Diesel in Scappoose for their support of the 4-cylinder division and River City Speedway. Don't forget, race fans, back in action here tomorrow. Doubleheader weekend here on this Memorial Day weekend.
Tomorrow is ladies' night, too. That means first 50 ladies to get to the gate will get in free. The rest will get in for half price.
Okay, is that front gate or back gate? I'll do the back gate. Half price at the back gate, man. Okay, that's front gate. Front gate, first 50 in free, and then all the other ladies half price on a Sunday night of racing, and we start that program at 5 p.m., and I stress 5 p.m.
Yeah, we'll be starting an hour earlier.
Also, big thanks to the Grumpy's Towing Machine out there tonight, helping us out there in the infield. Thank you to Grumpy's Towing for their support of River City Speedway. Asher Fox heading to the pit area on the hook. All right, racetrack is clear, and we'll bring the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinders up for their B-dash.
And you notice we say B-dash. I forgot to say it earlier. With the exception of our modifieds, we're running the 4 slower qualifying times. We're alternating weeks between what's our 4 fastest qualifier, our 4 slowest qualifier. This week's slowest, with the exception of the modifieds. Give them a chance to win something. I wish I had that when I was racing.
You have to work harder and get faster.
I had the slowest car, the only stock car.
Okay, you had a stock car in a stock division?
Mostly stock division. It was kind of open. The rules were up
Open.
to interpretation.
Rules, interpretation, rules? What are rules? Rules are gray areas.
Right now we have the G59 of Riley Kelsey, the 24 Ruby Richmond, the 74 Brandon Epping, and the 15 of Kirsten Nothwing.
All right, this ought to be really fun. Some young drivers, a little less experienced, are got to be side by side here. Go on, get up there.
Calling that a false start right there.
Yep, the only way to learn is to do. There we go, side by side.
Side by side, nose to tail. Got to keep it a nice, slow pace. Can't be racing before you're racing.
Well, I don't know about that.
And
it's green. Now we can go. Go, 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 go. The spotter is in their ear.
I think we have 4 different car makes here. The Hyundai up front. Not sure what the G59 is. Honestly, not sure what the 74 is. And I think that's a Toyota, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not that good at cars. Either way, right now, a side-by-side battle is for second. G59, Riley Kelsey versus 74, Brandon Epping.
Out front, your race leader doing a really good job is the number 24 car, Ruby Richmond.
White flag out one more time around the track for Ruby. They call her the glow stick. I didn't come up with the nickname. That was already there.
The glow stick. All right. She's going to shine in this one. Checkered flag and the win for Ruby Richmond.
Ruby Richmond, daughter of sprint car driver TJ Richmond.
All right, so now entering the racetrack will be the 4 fastest modifieds here tonight, the Poorhouse Mods. These are the 4 quickest cars.
Had an extra $100 put on the line for this one.
Starting inside the front row, the driver out of Amboy, Washington, and in the MS Warrior car. That is Kenny Miller to the outside. That's Don Jenner in the Twisted Design 6.
The 7B is going to be Bryson Smith in that East Fork Racing car. And Vancouver native 6M, Matt Jenner in the Tom's Performance Engines car. Green flag is out. We are racing. Two Washington drivers out front. Battling it out side by side. Jenner way wide, holding on to that line. It's bumper to bumper, not sure who's in the lead. It changes every second. Jenner trying to hold Miller down low. And it looks like Jenner's got the lead.
Don Jenner running the high side of the racetrack, able to take the race lead as Bryson Smith puts all kinds of pressure on Kenny Miller for the second spot. White flag at start finish for Don Jenner.
Southwest Washington in the house, 6X versus 57. Checkered flag in the air. Your winner is going to be the number 6X, Don Jenner.
Don Jenner, winner of the Poorhouse Modified Trophy Dash here tonight at River City Speedway.
I'm going to start right over here with the Poorhouse Tavern Modified Trophy Dash winner, the number 6X, Don Jenner. All right. You had to fight Kenny Miller on that one, side by side for a lot of it. How'd you end up taking it home?
Well, Mike at Perfection Automotive put up extra $100, so I went for the $100. That's pretty much what did it for me.
All right. Do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
I got to thank my crew chief, who's apparently at home with a broken toe, for not showing up to get my car ready. I got to thank my kid for doing the work he didn't do. I got to thank my wife and all my sponsors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 6X, Don Jenner. Next up, the Perfection Automotive Pure Stock Trophy Dash winner, the number 61, Red Smith. All right. Pure Stock seems to be almost race of attrition throughout the night. You're still holding together. How are you keeping this car clean and going before everyone else?
Just had a lot of bad luck with this car, but I think the tables are going to turn now. We're going to start winning some races again and running up front and running respectable. The bad luck monkey is off my back officially.
All right. Well, do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
I want to thank the all-volunteer St. Helens crew for starters, and I want to thank the Hohenstein family, and let's not forget old Mark Bell. Those two guys always make sure I get to the track, no matter how much I bitch. So thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 61, Red Smith. And next up, the Tuners Trophy Dash winner, number 51C, McFly Chico Brinster. All right. Fun times in the Tuners so far between you, Scheibel, and McDonald, all side by side throughout the heat race. You took the dash home. How are you able to do that?
Patience. It is slick out here. So hoping for a little more rubber to tighten it up a little bit and make a couple light adjustments and see if we can go fast.
All right. Do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
First and foremost, Richard Gabori for letting me beat on this turd. DFI Performance, Link ECUs, Dr. Auto, Gunner Auto Parts, and Finish Line Graphics.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 51C, Chico McFly Brinster. And next up, the East Fork Racing Sportsman Trophy Dash winner, the number 90, Steven Capter. All right, Sportsman seems to be real fun today. A lot of competition between you, the 81, and the pair of 7s. How are you able to take home the Trophy Dash win this time?
It seemed a little rough, but I just tried to keep it down on the bottom and go underneath everybody, and it seemed to work. I'd like to thank my sponsors, TCC, Cedarscapes, Gondola Logging, East Fork Racing, Archie Summers Racing Engines, RDA. I think that's it. And thanks for everybody that helps put the show on and the fans for coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 90, Steven Capter. And next up, the Pro Auto and Diesel 4-cylinder Trophy Dash winner, the 24, Ruby Richmond. All right. Putting the cow car back into victory lane. First time in like 2 years. How are you able to bring it home over the rest of them?
Just give it your all. That's pretty much all I got, is give it your all and work. You got to work. You got to work for what you want. It doesn't come easy, that's for sure. But thank you for all my sponsors, TNR Performance, Richmond Racing, and the whole Miller family for everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 24, Ruby Richmond. And last but certainly not least, in the Family Fun RV Street Stocks Trophy Dash winner, number 10E, Chris Beard. All right. Taking home that win. Walk us through that race and the side-by-side battle for or with Capter at the beginning. Kuiper, sorry.
I think it was a little bit of luck. I just want to say thank you to Mother Nature not raining. nice out. And thank you to my sponsors I got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 10E, Chris Beard. And we're going to take a brief intermission, get some track prep done. Make sure to stop, use the restroom, grab a drink, grab something to eat. We're going to be back to racing. And I believe we said 10 minutes. Make sure to stop by Trackside Treats. Tell them Thunder sent you, and they'll say, okay.